In order to do worksheet J51, we have to make sure that we understand the example. And here we have the example in front of us. The first step is to break down minus 6x squared into two numbers. And then we knew that the two numbers are 4x squared and 2x squared. So we need to verify whether they are correct combination. First criteria is to have one of the terms square rootable, and that is a negative 4x squared will meet the criteria. So because 4x squared can be rewritten as 2x squared. Okay, then we will put this back into the equation to make sure that is factorizable. So whether it's factorizable, let's see. So in order to be factorizable, the numbers that we get from the middle number should be a negative 2. If it's a negative 2, we must fit the criteria of these two numbers added together getting a negative 2, but self-multiply to get to a positive 1. And that fit in the criteria. Okay, so these two numbers are correct. Now let's look at number 3, for example. We break the middle term, which is negative 7x squared, into two items. And the two items would be, the options that we may have is a negative 3x squared and a negative 4x squared, right? Because 4x squared is also square rootable. But will minus 3x squared meet the criteria, the need? That means 3, this coefficient has to two numbers from here to self-multiply to get to a positive 1. And I don't think it works. Okay, so because 3 times 1 is the only option, and 3 times 1 can't get you a 1. So this option, this combination doesn't work. Then we look at other options. For example, a minus 9x, which is square rootable. If we have minus 9x squared is one of the term, then the other term must be a plus, so that we end up having a negative 7x squared. So the other is a plus 2x squared. Does it work? It seems working, because here if the middle number is a plus 2, this number can be a plus 1 and a plus 1, right? When we factorize. So that means these two numbers will fit in. So let's try it out. So with these two numbers broken down from the middle term, we write the equation as x to the power 4 plus 2x squared plus 1 and then minus 9x squared. So these a 1 and a 1, so that means we get a 2 in the middle. So the next step would be x squared plus 1 squared minus 3x squared. And after this, we can further go down the road to apply the a squared minus b squared formula to further factorize this expression from here. Okay, now let's look at, rub this off to get more space. Okay, so now let's have a look at number 5. Number 5 is a little bit different because the last item is a 4. So let's see how we should break this down in order to get to two terms, with one of them being square rootable, the other one being able to fit back to the expression to be factorized. Okay, and the two items will be, what about a negative 9a squared, and then the other item will be a negative 4a squared. It seems working because firstly, 9a squared is square rootable, and we can rewrite it as a squared, 3a squared. And then for the middle term, if we have a 4, that means we will have to, that means this one is a negative 4. So we could work this out to be negative 2 and negative 2. So that when they self-multiply, we get a positive 4, but when they are added together, we get a negative 4. So these two terms work. And then when we rewrite it and apply to the expression, it becomes a to the power 4, and then negative 4a squared plus 4, and then negative 9a squared. Okay? So that should be number 5 to start with. And then let's have a look at number 8. For number 8, the term is a little bit different because there is no coefficient for the middle term. So how can we handle that? To handle that, we will think we need to end up a number that is a 1, right? So that means a squared, b squared would be one of them. And it will be a negative number. The reason is the other number, we have to end up a positive a squared b squared. So I can only put 2a squared b squared. So that when they are added back together, I get a positive a squared b squared. So which is the item that is square rootable? This item. Which is the item that go back to be factorized? This will be the item. Let's see. So we rewrite the equation applying the two terms. So that, and then plus b to the power 4, and then minus a squared b squared. So the next step will be we factorize these three items. Then that becomes plus, and then minus a b squared. And then you can go from here. Understand? I hope this is helpful for you to start off doing the work, and then you continue by yourself.